following is a presentation of MRE Uno, Division 1. Yeah, first correction set, there's only 16 again in the Super League. The top 25 thing is just it's more of a morale thing at the end of the year. If you're ranked in the top 25, it's good momentum. Yeah, you're good. You're good. I want to preface this before we start the stream. I did not do any of the write-ups, so those CPU those are made up. The percentages I didn't have time to. I'm in a conference. I'm home now for at least a couple of days, but yeah, none of that is throw that out the window. Like just get rid of it. Whatever you see on the screen there, it's all unfortunately made up. But I will say, you look at these two players. There's a couple differences I see. And the first start, we'll start with Tapir. He'll make his 200th career start all time in Game 4. But he hadn't had to be in this situation last year. Remember, he had a tournament win. He won that thriller in an absolute classic against Nam to win T4. But that was the last game of the old bot. T5 didn't matter to him. He was already locked in. And you look at his this year, it's been good. 9 wins, right? You think that's good. But in reality, you look at every win he has is all quad 3 and 4. And the reality of this league is if you don't have quad 1 or 2 games, you're not in good standing with the committee. And whether people can call it fair or foul, this is not technically a quad 1 or 2 game, but for Llamas, he's been everything but the opposite of quad 3. He's been everything in quad 1. He's been coming up clutch. And I remember vividly last year he played Caesar in the Sweet 16, or whatever it was called, I forgot already, but the S16 last year in the old Space September, and he lost, but ironically, he finished in the top 25, and he didn't have 3 quad 1 wins. He had none. Now he's got 3, a lot of house money, looking for a hundo on his career if he can get to the 4th win. Remember, it's the best of 9, so 5 is the magic number today. But I think the thing is, you look at their patch, Tapir's been having to scrap with guys that, honest to God, I thought he would destroy, especially Eric Monaco. Rogers we knew was good, but Monaco, I was surprised it took it 7. Llamas has had to fight huge names, right? Bo, okay, maybe not the best this year, but was ridiculous last year, right? Has been ridiculous in the past in the last 2 tournaments. And then to beat Pat Johnson, Stat Johnson, that's not easy because Stats has been on an absolute tear this season. And sure, he's been kind of cold after his May win, but still, to beat a guy like that and go out there and put in the performance in a pretty scrappy game is interesting because I'll have questions for both, but the way I see it is Tapir, he thrives off of certain things such as toppers and draw cities. Whereas Llamas, I don't think it matters. He's scrapping. It doesn't matter if he gets the hands. He's always a scrapper. He's always a bottom feeder like a crab in the ocean or something. And he always got to scrap and use those claws. So this is going to be a really good game. I think both guys know what's on the line, especially Tapir. Llamas, I think, for him, if he gets the win, you almost got to think he's completely in because 3 quad 1 wins. We saw last year, Seth, with myself, notably, where I had the 3 quad 1 wins. I was ranked number 3 in the league. Right. Now, he may not get to that ceiling, but if he can get the win here, I just don't see how he's not in Super League because when we do the reshuffle, Tapir probably going to be in that quad 2 convo. So, yeah, this is a big game for both. Huge game for Tapir. I think he knows he's got to win. Llamas, in a sense, sure, if he doesn't win, he could get some help from behind with the old resume. But I think both guys know what's at stake. Accolade City, right? 200 career for Tapir, 100 looking for Llamas in the reg season. This is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. Let's get to it, man, for sure.
I feel pretty good. I'm ready. I mean, like you said, I think I had like a season and a half of bad luck. So it was eventually I knew that maybe all it takes is one, right? All it takes is one game, one tournament, and to get it going again. I mean, yeah, it's not fun doing it late like this all the time, but hey, at the end of the day, play what you play, right? And you see it works out, and I'm glad it's worked out the last couple tournaments. So we'll see if we can keep it rolling. Really, it's all you got to do, right?
Yeah, I'll go over to Tapir and absolute Llamas. We'll see what you can do. Tapir, obviously, you talked about a couple things. in the last broadcast trying to study Llamas' game plan. What did you learn, and what have you learned this year? Because you're actually the guy, ironically, Llamas said a really important thing. The law of averages are going to turn into his favor. You're one of the guys that I always remember you saying there's always going to be a plateau, a market correction. Do you feel that's kind of past you now in the sense that, yeah, sure, you don't have the quality this year, but you do have the quantity, and you have had to be put in a more precarious spot of, okay, I'm on the bubble every single minute. Does that give you a little bit more of an introspective look into the game as you said here on 200 career and how incredible you've had in this league? Because you've had some incredible moments, Final Fours and finales and all that for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. And the thing here is it, only because I haven't had such a glorified season this time around, and because I've had to experience that market correction, like you mentioned, it's kind of just reset my ability to just think back to never underestimating anyone. Like I've said, I've started to say more recently that everybody here is capable of taking down anyone else. We've seen a lot of upsets this year, and there is a potential for this one to be another one of those upsets. I know, of course, you said throw it out, but the CPU had it, basically even. All the predictions I've seen have it even, and I would agree with that because I think this is going to be a really tight matchup. I've seen Llamas play a little bit, and he's a tight player. He knows what he's doing, and I think he and I both realize that we're here to give it our all, and it's going to be basically the season determiner for the last gasp, if you will, for the regular season. And so I'm really excited to get this going. I think he's got his A game going. I got my gay game going. So let's get to it. I'm excited.
Well, it sounds like Seth here is it's turned up to 11 at this rate. You only get one shot at this, and that's the beauty of round 27 and 30, as I mentioned in the ping. We're just getting to the point where now a lot of guys are scrapping. At this rate, it's a playoff game. It's playoff season. And when you got the Boston Seth and Caesar here, things are about to get turned up to 11 in the booth. I can't wait. It's the only game I'm doing this round. Let's go have a good time. Let's make it happen. All you, buddy.
We got to go strong. We're going to go 14. Start it off.
Yeah, it's insane because Yepes made an interesting comment. You can win the Legends class and not make Super League, so pick your poison on what you want. It's crazy. But let's get this going. I'll take the call. Here we go. Only game I'm doing. Llamas, Tapir. Let's start it off with one of the slowest yet methodical players in the league, Hasim Acosta. We'll see him Friday at 1 o'clock. Good promo with Seth on the stream. And Seth, I think about Tapir, I think about two things. I think about rapid attack. I think about rapid attack, downhill switches, hits you hard. Like I just said, rapid attack +2, 1-2 jabs. That's what we're expecting. But Llamas is a guy, feed through it, wade through the water, and get to the end like a scrapper. So we'll see how this one goes early, as an early Gerard to Brock play from Tapir floats off. Oh, right back at you. Oh, crossover. see Llamas tried the crossover with the double grims in the lane from Tapir on a trip quad 7 play into M down one. It's already a playoff game. You can tell game one with 2 power plays, they're already treating this as a best of three, first to three, and then all of a sudden, then the lights will start to go crazy as we continue to run the Blues. I think about that game you talked about with Llamas versus Stack. Stack, he's developed a lot of play styles over his career as he goes back to lane 7. Like myself, Ashley, he's played top players as we go to a red 7 into Monaco from Llamas. But Tapir at the same time, as we go up one of the background character, he also has developed that really gritty mentality of, hey, I'm going to play a top guys too and hit him just as hard. So both guys are battle tested in the battle of war in this apocalyptic August as we go for a double play into Logan from hockey. And that gives you a little bit more perspective. I think that both guys are going to want to push the pace, but also know when to hide some. As we go back to blue there, Seth, of an end around. Oh, well, right now it appears absolutely firing ammo away. I mean, he's lighting it up. So let's see what happens here. But I don't know. Game one still can be a feeler, though, because there is that extra game and there is 2 power plays as we go to a green 2. But in a playoff situation, every game is turning into an absolute bloodbath. So we'll see how Llamas moves here as he'll go for a green 5. But I think Tapir at the same time seems to have a pretty stacked hand. And that early +2 indication was off the get go. But Llamas could fire back right here as he gets down to that red zone area, which will always become, at this point, beaming eyes. And when he gets a playoff situation, beaming eyes area where, oh, this is real every turn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't got much to add. There seems like a stacked hand. Only thing I'll ask Cody. I mean, Cody, is there anything you had saving, or was it a case of that +2 or double +2 reality? Had double +2. Could you have thought about playing that sooner, or just not much you could have done there, and you were sitting duck with his early ammo explosion?
Pretty much just a full-on poker hand. I had like 4 1s, 3s, and 5s, and then those 2+2s were the only thing I had. Um, yeah, just a full poker hand, really. Way too many of the same numbers, which I feel like I always have to say at least once during a series. But yeah, nothing I could really do.
Nothing you can do. Spear, I'll just go to you real quick. Was that a case of just use the split ammo style that guys like Alan Chomick have developed really since the start their careers? Is that just a case of split ammo at the death and take it home? I don't really have much to that. That was pretty much plan A. I don't think it drew. No.
No, I don't think so. It was just plan A. I had the +4s from the start. Basically, the only strategic play was just fading off the yellow because I was out on yellow. And then I have to wonder if that switch with the reverses back to blue kind of gave me the key I needed to get to green clean and take down the win. So pretty much plan A, but we'll see what the rest of the series has in store.
We'll see, Seth. We've seen whiplash. I mean, it's been the one thing that everyone talks about in this league. Whiplash can become vital, and we talk about whiplash. All of a sudden, you could be up 3-0, and then ask Matt Johnson when he was down 4-0 in the Final Four back in May. He was down 4-0, and he just won 6-4, rattled 6 straight. So there still is that, but I think game one is probably safer dropping a best of 9 because there is an extra game. But for Tapir to go up 1-0, that's a good start. Start building the base for sure to go up 2.
Seth, you definitely read my mind there. I was thinking about the high tier, but then I was thinking about law of averages, so I'm kind of going to hold off on that. Let's go right down the middle. Let's go 10.
All right. Not the worst call. Yeah, so we talk about card diversity and card maneuverability. I think these guys are really good slicing the game. They're both very good at card starts, being analytical about it, and we're only getting more data. This is only the first full year on this bot. There's still a lot of data out there to really extract from this thing. And we talk about this. It's not easy as we go double up here in the monkey to Steven. But as we start to learn more about this bot and what it really likes, I think certain people are going to find packages, especially next year and definitely in the 27, where they're going to be more cleaner on it for sure. As we continue to run numbers, as you said, seems like a numbers game early. Absolutely. Sugar from Cody is a little Clint play, but yeah, he'll be good to go. They're typing into the ad. I think it's going to be about, like I said, making the breaks. Tapir, ironically, refusing to draw. I mean, Llamas is only drawing. We haven't seen anything other than just straight game. There's been no drawing. It's been clean, and there we go. Llamas draws. Let's see if Tapir switches or he's going to draw back. Tapir got comfortable in Draw City, though. Let's keep in mind he gets most of his wins in this DC. That's last nom and him last year, so I don't think he'll mind either way. But we'll see. It's going to be top decks now. We'll play it out. It's how it usually is with 10 cards. It can be that way for sure. There's always the art of Pandora's, right? What's going to be the breaking points? Cody will probably take his time to analyze this one. I'm not sure what to think about this, Seth, though, this early break on the Wilds, because we've seen fake plays on these before. That's the thing. Fake plays have just been so common. You wonder if Cody's thinking about that. Is it a fake play? But we'll see how he thinks about it. He's going to load up. Let's see. I got to think right here if you're to Tapir. If that was, I'm not saying it was, but if that was a fake wild, fair play then. That's a fair play. But we'll see what it'll be here. Here comes Cody. Gonna go monster, Seth. Monster stop. But now the fear is, right, can Tapir ice it right back? And this is what Tapir does so well. His ISO game is top notch. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was interesting from Tapir. You wonder if it was one of them fake wilds or he's just waiting to get back to that red. So we'll continue to go. Yeah, I think it's just buying time, right? Buying time for both. It just they're feeling it because at the end of the day, we haven't been this draw. The first game was just so plan A, rapid fire, and when it's rapid fire, you gotta take some time to build up your tire temp, right? So you know that old saying, build the tire temps as we go for a yellow 7. Is Tapir gonna see if he makes the break here? Let's find out. It's Columbus not gonna risk it. Let's see. Does he make the break? There it is. Double play. Okay. So that's Llamas. Main he might be low on green there, Seth. So we'll see. Tapir maybe have made a good play right there. Is into red. What a play. Unless Llamas can fade this off. Let's see. He's been known to do this. Let's see what he's got. Plays it cool. Okay. Oh, back to crossover. Okay. That probably wouldn't hurt Llamas though, because he's yeah, I was gonna say he was just running green, so that's interesting from Tapir. So maybe he's just trying to ditch one of those reds and go from oh, he's really this is really weird. This is strange, Seth. Yeah, we're playing the stoplights, man. We're playing red light, green light, and you know, go when are we going, when are we stopping? But oh, oh, this is basically what Tapir does. This is what Tapir does with those wraparounds, man. He's so famous for that. Oh, this is good. Both guys have now developed each other's styles, which is an interesting thing. Well, they basically have drained each other's green and red ammo. There's nothing really to say about that, and it's just a neutralizer. That wraparound play was good. It's just I think Tapir probably wanted to just wrap it around and get his numbers widened up, but then Lamas was able to go back to the track. So yeah, very interesting from both parties here for sure. Yeah, you know, there's always that element of what's going to be the magic number, and you never know as they continue. Yeah, just looking. Ooh, okay, in the green. Interesting. Yeah, I mean that's very interesting. That's very interesting. Um, how many more? You wonder, Seth, how many more of these? How much more do they have? I mean, that's what I'm worried about. You know, you have to look at this and say, well, how much more do you really got? And I don't know. This is interesting. Let's see what Lamas will do here. Yellow line. This one's either ice. This could be like a Tapir wild from earlier with that red wild. Just throw it out there, see what happens. We'll see. What the heck? Oh, there's Luke. That's ooh. Okay. I don't know. It's interesting because you wonder what it could actually be. Is this another one of those fake wilds? You never know. Oh, Llamas, man. There's no way they're gonna finish. Here we go. You know what? At the end of the day, you got two of them. Yeah. What? Oh, okay. Forgot the yellow reverse. That's okay. Yeah, it says yellow. There it is. Okay. But yeah, you wonder with that. That's just two power plays right there. You got one more, and you don't need them, Seth, in a sense of, oh, I need two power plays to win one game. It makes it a little bit easier to do that two power play. Oh, sure, Tapir, did you have a quick finish right there, or was that a good power play?
Hello? That was a very good power play. I won't say too much, but that I think the yellow wild really messed it up big time, and there were some things they could have done differently. So, well played.
Well played, Lamas. Looks like you weaseled your way out of that one. Talk to me through about this game because you guys both were in the draw city. Talk to me about how you were able to run Tapir basically into his own plays with the end rounds, and Tapir was answering back. Do you think that red-green drainage on both parties really neutralized the game? I guess I'll ask that to Tapir too. I'll throw a question to him after that, after Lamas answers, because that was a really interesting sequence right there. It got me wondering if it really was the Christmas in August now.
Yeah, no, I think you pretty much agree with what you said there. You described it perfectly. I really didn't start off with much either. So once we got kind of out of that Christmas party, I guess as we could describe it, it was just mostly working on the draws, and I believe he hit me with something where I was able to get a wild and then another +4 after that, which gave me a little more flexibility to kind of be able to think. As you saw, I slowed the game down a little bit, think a bit, and you know, how to do the power play. You got one to spare, so now you can start really thinking about when to play it again.
Well, that's interesting, Seth. That clearly was a big art to real quick. Your thoughts on the red and green Christmas party right there, and how Lamas was making some of your moves. He was making, and you were making some of his ISO moves. Thoughts on that? It's definitely been back and forth and clean for sure.
Yeah, that Christmas thing, I was absolutely stacked on red and green, and I just had a feeling that I wouldn't be able to carry both of those clean to the finish. So that was just my way of whittling those down without making it super obvious that I was essentially two color at that point. That's all.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what I thought, and then that's it, Seth. You heard it from both parties. Lamas, it doesn't use that power play. That could be 2-0, right? And then we're talking about a whole different scenario. That's why it's there. I think you did it against your first round against Lara. I'm pretty sure you used it early, game one, so you know about this more. Uh, Yeah, game two. So good move, I think, for Llamas to get it. Now get the home start. I think both guys have got what they wanted on that game as a feeler. Game one was a little weird, but that one was a good feeler. They both know what they want. Should be a good one moving forward. And they're ready. There's no doubt.
keep it around the same number. We'll do 12.
All right, gonna go with the 12 pack. So going in the middle between the 14 and 10 from Llamas as we go at another skip start there as we go into Myth. You wonder here, Seth, with these starting cards, the game is basically saying, do you want to be aggressive? Do you want to use all your freshies basically off the start when it's a skip or reverse, especially? Plus twos are a little bit different, but skips and reverses, you could definitely be more tempted to do a little fade, go back and forth, and go wild and out. But they're gonna play it cool here as they both did off the start for sure. Yeah, and now both guys right here running the greens to here to the early +2. You wonder here with both guys, I think too, so we go into a draw right there from Tapir. You wonder if they're both fishing for maybe the flush ammo. I think the flushing ammo has become very, very trendy now, I think, because of the fake wilds, everything we've seen with this bot. You wonder if that's going to be something to keep in mind. If you wonder if you're Tapir here, do you continue to stack up top decks, wait for it to bide your time? But I think it's just the pressure aspect. So at the end of the day, this is it, right? For most guys, they're not in playoff position. We talk about they're going to have to be desperate and make uncharacteristic moves. The guys that were in playoff position, maybe they would feel a little bit more content as Tapir goes from once again his famous end around back to yellow or into yellow, excuse me. That makes it a little bit interesting too from a mindset perspective of when do you play that ammo when you're in a position of desperation versus a position of comfort as we go into a red zero and the pack zero sugar. That's the one thing I'll keep in mind this series is there are desperate measures here, but at a certain point, when's the calm going to come in? When's that calm before the storm? Because sometimes in that eye of the hurricane, as we say, not the worst thing to be in is Tapir goes into that double, well, really that split +2 is he'll take the lead back by 1 now. Yeah, I think both guys have just said, you know what, a little caution to the wind. Still early in the season, early in the series. It gives you a little bit more of a leeway. Let's say in Game 6 or 7, you ain't doing this in Game 6 or 7, and that's the beauty of it. We'll see. This is going to be interesting from Tapir going to go to that check. Well, going back to the yellow. You wonder if he might be juiced. I don't know. It's a while. Then yeah, there it is. Well, there you go. That's the ultimate, right? Get it to the wild. Yeah, once again, this it definitely was a little bit different than, let's say, the plan A than game one. But I'll go with Tapir. The two draws you got, was that a case of really good top decks, or did you have just a lot of extra ammo insurance in the bank after you did your end around?
Yeah, I was getting no yellow at all, basically. And there was a point where I was two color and I had a ton of red. I actually had, at one point, 6 red.
Oh,
I had the yellow 9 and a wild. And I'm like, I can't risk him keeping it on yellow. When he did the yellow 0, I felt that was kind of my wink to go to red on the 0 sugar switch. And then it was just a matter of whittling down the reds enough. I figured he would be comfortable playing red, getting his hand down a little bit. And then I guess it was just a matter of waiting until the right time to take the shot. So happy it worked out. I was just fading a +4 there, and I guess a +2 yellow, but I figured he would have thrown that earlier. So it's just a +4 basically.
well, obviously, I'll go to you. I'm gonna have to assume you just needed to stay on green a little longer to maybe draw out Tapir, or do you think he made the right read? Because it appears that you just had a green surplus where he had a red. It was once again the Christmas game going back and forth. Is that a fair assessment? Looking back.
Yeah, it's a fair assessment. I really, again, kind of had a similar hand to game one, where I only had that 1+2, and I believe, yeah, that's really all I had, and it was just mostly trying to dwindle down a little bit. But then once he started hitting me with those +2s, I really didn't get anything off of that either. I think I just got a boost skip. I had number of efficiencies and some different avenues that maybe if I survived that round, I could have got it to green and hit him with a +2. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of lucky right now to be 2-1. I was able to take that last game. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Whiplash will come into play.
Yeah, I mean that's it. Seth. Right now, it definitely feels like it's been two color game, and you can't play the poker like you want. You can't play the every meta like you want, and when you can't play every meta like you want, it makes things a little bit harder to navigate the box. So I'm interested to see if this continues, this two color stuff, or do we branch out to actual Pandoras a little bit more? Because we know Cody's a master at the poker, but to get there, you got to get some ammo too, and he hasn't been able to do that other than that solid power play use in game two. It's been interesting. I think both guys know each other's styles now, but what will the bot deliver as we have this two color going for sure?
Yeah, let's get out of the double digits. We'll go to 6.
Little pizza slicer, okay. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He loves those classic Caesar jabs, and it's a great move. It really is a low percentage. Excuse me, it's a high percentage move with a low percentage return in the sense that it's only two moons. Sometimes you're not even throwing a +2. Sometimes it's just a double play into a skip and reverse. We start with the Yepes play there, and now you wonder with this. There's two things with the 6 cards: the 5, the 7, really even the 8. What's it going to be? Is it going to be a Plan B C game, or are we going to have like you said, a switch over to finish? So we'll see. Is that's a quick little switch there from Llamas. See if Tapir can get this to check already. Let's see. Goes to red. Yeah, it's hard to read on a 6-card start there, Seth. You know, this can go really quick. We'll see. Let's see, he's thinking about, you know what, that initial switch over from the green. I don't know. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Is he thinking, he's just going to go for the power play? So, all right, this is, oh yeah, there it is. Yellow wild. So he didn't, so that'd be it. He didn't have any green. Wow. Oh my, well, never mind. It wouldn't have mattered. Double wild. That's nasty on a 6-carder. I don't think Llamas had, nothing to really report there, Cody. I don't think he had anything. No way.
Your poker hand. Blue 7, blue 9, yellow 9, yellow 4, yellow red, or red 4, and a red 8. Pure poker
Yeah,
hand.
double
And
poker.
yeah, I just have nothing right now to fight with.
Yeah, Tapir, that's pretty easy money. One wild on a 6 is pretty lethal. Two, that's pretty much game. I don't really have much to say there. Classic, like your first game, really just plan A ran it.
Yeah, 2 was messed up. The only thing I'd say is that red 6 I played was kind of the wrench in the system, but once he played the blue 6, or well, he drew on the blue 6, I'm like, I gotta go for it, and then I'm like, okay, I'll burn the power play because I say it all the time, 3-1 is a whole lot better than 2-2. If it's a 2-2, it's an effective best of 5 with 2-1 power play. I'd rather go up 3-1 even on power play. Like you just can't get any better results. So I'm like, I might as well. And thankfully it worked out. But yeah, two wilds was nasty. I was on a 6. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it would matter anyway. So even if Tapir had no green, let's say Cody just keeps a green, right? For whatever reason, Tapir's got 2 wilds. He's gonna burn one over to blue, and then he'll run it, and then he can pretty much power play whenever he wants at will. So you just can't. You got no response back when it's 2 on a 6. I mean, 2 on a 6 is just unreal luck, and you don't even need +4s on 6 cards. We talk about it all the time. Just a couple action cards like a wild, or even just a skip reverse meta, you're going to be set. So interesting how the slice didn't work, but we'll see if Tapir can get it going, as that was his 200th career game. Congratulate, real quick, buddy. Congratulations on 200 all-time starts. Your thoughts on just the journey? We're going to keep it short. Normally, we don't celebrate everything, maybe like on a formal write-up, but this is just because this includes Super League, so that just to confirm that's a 180 starts career time to reg season, then 20 regular or postseason starts Super League. So your thoughts on 200 real quick before we move to Game 5.
Oh, I just, obviously it's a great achievement. I don't say this much, but I wasn't actually going to play a whole lot, like when I first started February in D2, but I kept playing because of course I was doing good, but the league is just so well run, and I keep saying this, it's just what keeps bringing me back because you guys do such a good job here, and this is just easily the best run server league I've ever had to come across on Discord. So shout out to, it's just, 200, but shout out again to you guys for making it here because, without you guys, this would be nowhere. So thank you again.
You got it, buddy. Yeah, no, that's what we do here in the league. We talk about, Seth, the evolution. I did catch a couple broadcasts you did. And we talk about the errors, man, when Sanford was doing that 300 thing. He's been through so many errors, right? We talk about the players going through the errors. The 2023 era was the old bod, and just best of, I don't know, 13s, and just it's changed so much now. It's we're our own bot. We have our own stream team. We have our own commentary, our own reffing, and as we continue to age on, in terms of the league, it makes it just better with age, as we always say with pavement and wine. It's going to be the same thing as this continues to age and grow, and the players start to evolve more with this bot. It can be a lot more logistically barren too. So we'll see how this goes. The series continues, but congrats to Tapir 1 again as he is 2 away from closing. And Llamas looking to get this back to a game 6-3-2.
Uh, let's get out of the even numbers. How about 13?
Good one, Seth. We'll see. It's it's either unlucky or lucky, as they always say with 13. But now the game we'll see because this is where the point where we talked about it. It can flip in any moment. Usually, when you get to a 3-1 at any point of the series, it's going to flip in either direction. It's either going to be just see ya, or it flips back and we have a burner. So I don't know. This is going to be the crescendo point. I think usually it's game 5 where in a best of 9 where it's going to flip one way or the other. As here comes Tapir. He'll switch it over. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what I'm not sure what to think about this one too. This early switch. You look at the early switches here. Yeah, yeah, and you got to think about this too, Seth. One thing I will say, we didn't have a skip start this time. The last two have not been a skip start, so the aggression is naturally turned down as Llamas will go back to the red 7. You wonder here if that's going to play into it a little bit. You wonder if that's going to play a little bit more into either party's hands. Maybe it's because we don't have that aggressive start. They can mellow out. Let's see what Llamas will do. He's going to draw. See what Sapir will have. Ooh, okay, so top deck from Llamas. Okay, what is Sapir going to do? So they're both content to run the draws here on a red. That's really interesting. There's the switch. Okay, in the green now. All right. Into the 1. See what Llamas will have here. And he's going to draw. See what's appear. Well, now he's got to be wary, right? Because Llamas just did that interesting draw. Let's see if it's going to work for Cody here. Go back to blue. Well, he was also iced out too. So this is. I wonder if it's another one of those wraparound plays to get back to green or something. That's interesting. Let's see what will be. Oh, that's ridiculous. Is that a comment? No. That's a lot, man. You got to think something's coming. Llamas is way here. That's +6. You don't see it every day. The wraparound to the basically flush, and there it is. +2. He's gonna go back to blue. So it's definitely two color again. Who's gonna race to it for sure? This now the blue deuce. Back to yellow from Tapir. Let's see what it'll be from Llamas. What does he got? Just plays it cool. This Tapir. What did he get off that +2 is going to be the key, I think, Seth. That's going to be the key. See what Tapir will cook right here. Wild. Well, that's what we expected with Llamas, man. You know, he's going to try those wraparound plays, and now Tapir will have to think about this one because that's a Tapir classic, just a straight wraparound back. And yeah, you wonder if he was saving it was going to be the green too, because he's right, Seth. It's off the initial get go, and both guys are known for that for sure. They're taking his time. I don't know about that one. That would, as much as it's as crazy as it sounds, we've seen people go into series. Ask Sanford, right, 3-0, and then all of a sudden he loses 4-3 to Brad, and he burned that power play in game three. Now that was with one power play, right? So it's hard with two. You probably burn it, but with one, I don't know if that's the move because we've seen Sanford do it, where he just got absolutely torched because he made what should have been an easy game three win. Without it, he used it, and then he got burned, and it just whiplashed back. So this is. He's probably thinking about it, but I think with the 3-1, if he did have a double wild, I think he would play it cool. But we'll see. And again, who knows? Maybe he's just looking for a fade. We've seen that. It's gonna be. He's probably just thinking, "Yeah, double wild." Well, unreal, unreal. That's insane. That's unreal. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised though. I mean, that's the beauty of Llamas. Sometimes he knows how to save it. I don't blame Tapir one bit for trying that move. I don't blame him one bit. Now Cody can run these numbers. I got a feeling in this yellow because you go. Yeah, this is. I still think that's the right play if you're Tapir. Why give him a chance? Why give him a chance to, let's say, use the power play, right? And then you're down to 0, and then all of a sudden it can just whiplash. Sanford's game had to be proven. Oh, there's the stopper. Does Cody have an ISO? No, he goes back. No +4. He goes right back to yellow. Uh-oh. Yeah, but even though he didn't have it, that's a crazy way to get out of it, to be honest, because he was that wild saved the game, and now we're talking about a new game here. Let's see what it'll be. Minesweeper, yeah. See if Llamas get the topper. Nope. So we're gonna draw back. Yeah, they're gonna draw. Absolutely. Let's see what it'll be from Tapir. yellow. So we stay into the yellow 7 now. Tapir definitely finding some top decks as he'll take the lead back now securely. We'll see what Llamas will do here. Try to say I got a text in 1 second. There we go. Oh, they're hiding. They're hiding. They're playing a little sneaky. That's it. They're playing sneaky. That's it. That's just Llamas, man. He knows how to hoard it and he knows how to play it clean. Let's see. Going to red now. So he goes for the break now. Let's see if Tapir's got anything responding to that. These guys are very tactical, man. I mean, you got to remember as there's this. There we go. So let's see. We'll go to the red 8 now. See what he's going to do here. I mean, Llamas definitely stole momentum off of a insane wild save for sure. Which Tapir, we read it right. He had the backdoor wild, but like you said, you don't expect someone to get the last wild. So that was just crazy play. Now it's turned into more of a draw city. Who's going to blink first? As we're going to blue 8. It's ISO. Yeah, it's ISO. It's ISO for sure. Now that I don't see who's hoarding the blues because both guys know how to do that. I mean, that's the thing. They could be hoarding colors, and it's hard. It makes the game harder to read. But once again, they're both very good at that, so it makes it a little bit more of a triple dimension in a sense. You have more 3D looks than let's say a 2-dimensional player. For sure. See, so Tapir now will get his green he wanted. Here comes Tapir. Ooh, okay. So into just the classic nothing. So the green one. That could have been his last. I'm trying to think. Seth, was that his last card? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's a you know what moment right there, Seth. That's a turnaround fair play moment. And now that makes this game really interesting because both guys have been able to do turnaround fair play a lot, and when you do that, anything goes for sure. Okay. What's he's gonna do here? You know, now I'm just gonna play it cool. Okay. But I think this is once again Llamas and Tapir are both really good at the game, man. They're just very good at reading each other in a sense and knowing when to do ISOs. So when you know how to do ISOs, it makes your life a lot easier. No, oh yeah, he doesn't have. Yeah, I don't think Llamas has had the hand all series, Seth, and I think he's had a fight because all he's had is the blue wire. That was the only thing that saved him. Whereas Tapir, I think, has just had more momentum. So we'll see. So he's gonna go for the triple pluser, yeah. Right. I mean, yeah, that would be really interesting. You know, that would actually be a really interesting call if someone were to do that. Well, let's see what it'll do here. He'll go over red. Well, okay, topper. Now it's playing the toppers, right? It's playing those toppers. That's the old classic. Yeah, I mean, that'd be true. Let's see what we'll have. Let's see what it'll be. There you go. Yeah, well, we're looking at. I mean, now we can really talk about the card. Everything's burned. There's not much left. I mean, there's legit not much left. There we go. Nothing from. Okay, nothing. Like I said, I don't know if Cody's got the hand, so I think Tapir's just comfortable to draw back. That's it. Yeah, this is almost basically what Cody was doing against Stat Johnson in a sense. You said off the top he was having to find it, and I think Tapir, in a weird way, was doing it against Monaco. That's it. Let's see what will be here. Oh, here we go. Llamas saves the yellow 5. That's interesting. And just now that was just a classic. That's all. Yeah, burn it off. You know, who knows? It could have been. You never know with this guy, man. Because like I said, I've done so many games with he's such a unique player where he knows how to read people very well. Probably would be a ridiculous player if we ever played this thing in real life with me and him, but he plays so tactical. You have to wonder what is he saving, and he's always good with that. As we go yellow 8 now, and so let's draw back again. Zard's here. There we go. It's just classic Llamas, man. It's just he's such a unique player when it comes to that. Let's see what Tapir will have here. He goes back to green now. Interesting. Let's see what Llamas will have. So definitely flushed him out. There's no doubt. Double play. Let's see what will be from Tapir. Long game here. 20. We were burning the oil. We'll see what it'll be. Llama's thinking this one through. Here we go. Card history. I mean, now it's coming into play set. There's not much left. Green is. I don't think there's anything left other than a 0, right? Yeah, and there's the bump. There's the +4. Probably just thinking, well, what if Tapir got one? That's ball. I think there's a safe move. But yeah, there's not much left, man. That seems interesting if we get one because if you're Tapir, you probably don't want that because it appears he's had more momentum this whole game. But if you're Llamas, you can steal one right here with a reshuffle. So that'll be something to watch. Red, maybe there's something out there in red with the +2s and reverse skip meta. But yeah, yellow and I would say blue are pretty juice. I don't even think a draw would hurt here. Honest to God, Seth, I'm not sure what to think on this play. I'm not sure because everything seems to be juiced in yellow and blue and green. I think red could be the initiator. It's weird. Someone's holding something back, no doubt. There it is. That's it. There's the 0 sugar. That's it for the zeros. For sure. That's it for that. So now you wonder what's out there. There's not much left. I mean, zeros are juice. 1, 2, 3. There's nothing really left. This is going to be interesting for sure. Unless it's in the bottom 7 cards. I mean, I've seen weirder things with that. Let's see. see what Tapir will have here. Plays a green 4. Well, here's the thing with that, right? Here's the thing with that, Seth, with the green 4, because I didn't even see that, but yeah, it's right. That was actually the last green card. You know, that might have been the last actual green. Let me see, 0, 1, 7. Yeah. So, and there's no 4s out there other than the red or the blue. So, I'm interested on what Llamas will do. This is going to be really, really weird. Yeah, he's trying to. He thinks so too. I mean, ah, I don't know. This is going to be really interesting. I'm not sure about this one, so I'm not going to lie. This is. We'll see. Someone wants to reshuffle, but there's just too many there's too many variables with this. I think that's the problem, Seth. Because if we're really just fighting for a +4 at the bottom of the scrap, then you don't know what that could entail. Okay. I thought we were out of. Yeah, see the card history. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's hard to read this, man, because you're going live time. You're trying to. There's just so many numbers. My eyes deceive me. You know. Now I don't. Now I have no idea where we're headed because both guys have. I feel like have shown their hand now at this rate. I mean, they both have got that. Well, there it is. He was playing with us, man. Yeah, there's not much I don't think Llamas could have did there. I don't know what else you would have done there, Seth, because the only thing I'll ask Tapir, did you pick up a +4 off that +4 he gave, or did you have just one already and then a second one was all she wrote? That's all I can really think of. All right. That is a long game, by the way. 25 plus minutes. Sure. What? Oh, Caesar. Well, I'll wait for Tapir. I mean, Cody, I'm not sure if you had that great play to blue with a wild. Then it really came down to a top deck thing.
Hello? Hello?
You here, buddy?
Hello?
Oh boy. So
Am I good now? Yeah, I can hear you.
did you get that question?
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I was muted or not. I guess my mic cut
We're
out.
talking. No, we didn't hear you for 30 seconds. You're good.
Okay, yep. So you asked the +4 off of his +4, and the answer is yes, I did.
You had one already in reserve, though, right?
I did. I did have
Oh yeah, it's
one, but I will. Yeah. But I will say, toward the end there, I do think that entire game came down to a coin flip, and let me show you why. Because everybody knows once you get down to that reshuffle red zone, you got to look at that card history. And so I'm over here stressing, do I play the green 2 or the green 4? Because remember, in blue, there's, first of all, the green 8. There were no 8s left, so that was clean. But there was a blue 2 and a blue 4 left. And I could not afford going into blue because then I have another green to get rid of. So I'm just trying to fade out the blue, and I'm over here stressing green 2 or green 4. Little did I know he had the blue 2 in his back pocket. So that came down to a coin flip, green or blue, or 2 or 4. So thankfully I picked the right one. But that just shows you, right? The entire game, it almost came down to that reshuffle, really down to the wire, and yet those small micro margins, right? You know, for want of a nail, the shoe was lost, right?
yeah, that's true. I mean, we talk about it all the time, Seth. It comes down, Cody. The only thing I could have thought of, really, you could have done earlier, maybe, would you have thought about going to the yellow wild instead of the blue wild, but because he had the green, or did you just say, you know what, go back to it? Because we have seen fake wilds. I'm going to have to assume you just didn't have much going for you, and I was right the whole time, Seth, where you were just trying to scrap from number efficiency and just couldn't get towards the end.
Yeah, it's pretty simple on this end over here. It's not complicated like whatever Tapir just said. It's pure 26 minutes of defense with well-timed wilds that I was lucky to get off of the few draw cities that I was able to force. You were pretty much right. I'm gonna bring back my old quote of I'm fighting. I'm gonna not say one hand. I'm gonna say two hands behind my back, and this pretty much this whole series has been me playing defense. On honesty, and I'm honestly surprised it wasn't a swept, and I'm surprised that it's gone this long. So we'll see how the next one goes. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point, Seth. There's no doubt that if you think about it, Llamas doesn't do that game 2 power, it would have been a sweep. There is no doubt about that at all. I think this is really is going to come down to where would you go from here if you're Llamas? Because you don't have the card start. The power play, okay, it's 1-1, but I'm not really sure what else he could have done. I think for Tapir, you talked about the card history. That's what you got to do in the game. When you get to the end of that, use the card history, but at the same time, man, when you had those crazy reads, we forget the last 15 minutes of that game. The fact that he had double wild, twice in a row, off a 6, and then off of what was that? An upper tier start. That's hard to beat. So I definitely think both
13,
arguments are
13.
valid. 13. I think both are valid.
Yeah.
Where Llamas playing defense, Tapir's getting those regular wild. We talk about those regular wild. Those are lethal cards. A lot of people don't consider them an action card, but they are. They are an action card to enable you to something else. So interesting how Tapir's been able to use that. Definitely cleaner for Llamas. I think he's right. It's been the fact that they even went 26 minutes. That's kind of crazy because there was points where I thought double wide, it's over. Tapir, there's no way you're going to lose that game, but he found a way to drag it out 20 plus minutes for sure. We'll see what it'll be. It is Tapir's call though, so I think I'm gonna have to do the board here because I know Cedar's gone. I'll have to flip over. But anyway, Tapir, your call, buddy. No 14, 12, 6, or we'll probably have to delay that next game. We'll have to have someone say that. But your call, no 6, 12, 13, or 14.
Well, you know what's coming.
15, full send.
Or I could just be 5 and be absolutely horrible. No,
Come on now, Seth.
come on, let's get it.
All right, here we go. The old full send, Seth. Let's get it going. We'll I'll make a message maybe a little later after this game. We'll see how it goes. We will be delayed though, so I'll let you do the call right here, and I'm gonna tell them to delay it. Thanks, buddy. Or could you? I said, could you inform him actually, buddy? That'd be great. Appreciate that. I'm trying to set the board up here. Back and forth, yeah. There we go. Got the scoreboard. Yeah, so now Tapir will fight from behind a little bit. Well, and there's the green. Well, we talk about this, Seth. We reset it there a couple minutes into the game. We always talk about when's the right time to make that crescendo moment on a color. It's so early in the game, though. We've seen so many self dittos. It's been phenomenal, but it's also been very strange. There's no doubt. See what he's got right here. Goes into that set. There you go, buddy. There's your own card. Let's see what Cody's got right here. Plays a double. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. All right, we're good. This scoreboard is it working on the stream, Seth? Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're gonna definitely see. It's gonna be a lot more. Does he think about the power play? I mean, that's what we talked about. Sorry, man. Caesar had to go. Apologize. Got the game 6. Sorry about that. Here comes Llamas. Let's see what he's got. Oh, Caesar's back. Thank you, buddy. Struggling right there. You're good. Let's see what he'll have here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the whiplash. That's the old whiplash. Nothing really to say. Saves the power play too. See, you got the scoreboard, buddy. I was struggling. We had to delay the other game. Law of average. I mean, Llamas pretty stacked right there. I don't got much to say. It seemed Chomik Allen split ammo style run to the clean end. I don't have much there. That was clean. Nothing really to say.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really nothing's that crazy. It was just a matter of the whiplash finally coming into effect in Game 6, and it was just a matter of playing everything
Pretty good, yeah.
correctly. One of those good hands where you just don't want to screw up at that point.
Tapir, nothing to fight back on that, buddy. Really, that was pretty much plan A.
I had ammo, but it was red and
really?
green. I was two color, so nothing
Ah.
really.
Well, then that was a great play there from Llamas right there, Seth, to go over to the yellow. Because then think about it, if he doesn't do that, then who knows? It could be. But I don't even know double +4. That's pretty monster. Well, let's get to it. It'll be Llamas' call. Llama, no 10, no 15, so no full. And in the middle, what are we looking at? As boy.
We'll do 11.
Okay, 11. Okay, I guess I'll get it. Art, can you do some commentary for me, buddy? I gotta get the scoreboard back. It looks like. Apologies, man. Caesar's in and out. Yeah. Okay. Oh, never mind. Back. Yeah, yeah. It was acting up about, I don't know, 10 minutes. It was kind of slow. I'll have to check the status a little later. You're good, buddy. You got the score? In the yellow, no? Well, I mean, we talk about it all the time, Seth, with the light switching. It can be a double-edged sword. So we'll see what Tapir's got going. We'll see. See what will be from Llamas right now. Tapir, interestingly enough, Seth, he's been just with the switching. You almost wonder if he was waiting for a switch, and there we go. Unless he needs the green, though. That's the only thing I can think of. Interesting. Does Llamas have anything in red, though? Let's see. Yeah, DJ, what was he have? He's had 3 wins now in the season. 2 of them have been in this tournament. Thinking he's trying to get to that green. I think he wants that green. Oh my god. Game. My god, is this gonna be one of the No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. Interesting power play. That's all I'm gonna say. A very interesting power play. Yeah, sorry about that. I tell DJ to I should have pinged the staff. That's on me. Apologies on that. Cody looking for the fin. This would be a ridiculous steal if he gets it right here. He steals one. He steals one. Apologies, said I forgot that the other guys had to be. That's my fault. I forgot there was staff. What am I doing? Um, I'm gonna go to Tapir. Tapir, what was that power play theory right there?
100% fade. I saw that I switched on yellow earlier. He didn't, I thought maybe he needed to, thought maybe he had some more yellow, but in reality, he actually did. Just the wrong kind of yellow that I wanted. So, well done. Well done.
So Cody, really creative right there on saving the yellow. Talk to me about the save tactic right there, buddy, and saving that power play. And yeah, you got the advantage on son.
Yeah, it's. I mean, really, is like the first 5 games you're fighting from the trenches, and now I'm just slowly starting to peek my head up a little bit to see the surrounding area of what I'm actually fighting, because like it's just a good save, like you said, and then the power play. It's a nice little cherry on top to get that drawn out. So hey, just gotta keep fighting, man. It's not over yet. Still need one more to see if we can make it all the way to the game 9.
Yeah, that's a good call if you're on the yellow because if you go green, we only had played one card, right? And that's the thing. When you play one card, you don't know. That's too risky. Yellow had been proven colors. Green, we don't know. You're entering in the territory for sure. Your thoughts on that, Seth, real quick?
Yeah, I mean, very, very difficult to be able to get a read, like you say, on that type of a situation. I like the power play call there from Tapir. It's just tough to be able to figure out, as he said, where's the fade off of. He thought that more than likely, based off of prior information, that yellow was going to be the safe route to go, and Cody with the patience there to be able to hold that ammo in reserve. Both individuals doing a great job in terms of reading the terrain and preparing for not just the next play, but a few plays ahead of that as well. Cody's still got some life here. We'll kind of we'll expedite this here as Tapir says that he's got only about another 20-minute window, so we'll head right into this game 8 here.
My fault, bro. We'll go to Llamas here, right, on the call.
Yep.
Oh, Caesar.
9. We'll go to 9. We'll go to 9.
Caesar. I think his Discord's crashing, Seth. That's not his fault. Honest to God, it is a little slow. Jay, you go with the scoreboard again. Sorry about the technical difficulty. We'll go 9. Well, now, Seth, we'll see. Llamas is on this momentum train. He's got the power play advantage now. He stole it.
Yep. This is going to be interesting now. With this game 8, Cody's got the call, as we said. He's got the homestand. His last homestand of the series. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting one. Do you use the power play here to knot it up 4-4 and send it into a game 9 on an even playing field with no power plays available on either side? Cody, these last couple of games has looked good in terms of the ammunition. The distribution's been in favor of him to have those connecting cards. Does that maintain here, or does he have to go back to the defensive side in terms of utilizing that second and final power play? He does have that advantage right now.
We'll see. It's interesting to say the least as we go to red. He draws. Okay.
Yep. Well, I don't know if it's much of a read on my side, but these last 2 games, Cody has been the aggressive one on the light switches, which kind of says to me the confidence is back, and that kind of maybe gives an indication of what he's got in his hand. Tapir can answer back with a light switch of his own, brings it over to green, but we're going to have to see.
Also play cool. Let's do Tapir now. Okay, draw now.
Wow, so iced out in both. What's that?
In the red
and green. So 2-color hand now. And Cody will safely bring it over to red. Ices Tapir out again. Now into a draw city.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, draw city now is what we've always talked about with these guys. I mean, they know how to get into this draw city and really play ISO on a 9-card start. That's what you got to do sometimes, Seth. Force the draws, right? Force that DC and roll the dice.
Draw city here, obviously on both sides. No connectors, at least not in the red and the green. Maybe something over in the yellow and the blue, but neither one wanted to dip their toe over into that color and maybe open up the door to the other side. Top deck draw there from Tapir. 1 down from the Sanford to the DJ Curtis. We'll see if that opens up the opportunity for either he or Cody to be able to utilize that for a light switch. Very rarely do we end up calling a double Pandora's, but I think with what we've seen here being iced out in green and red, I think you could call both yellow and blue a Pandora's color right now for both.
Yeah, it definitely could feel like that. There's no doubt. As we talk about as we go into a yellow. This Christmas stopgap has been just seriously strange all day.
Now the question is, are the floodgates open here with the
double
movement over into the 3rd color? Double play there from Cody, down to 3.
Tapir guy right here. Plays it cool.
3 cards left. Cody has to draw. So I think that tells right there, Cody could not find the connector to get over to blue. More than likely, that would have been the finishing color. Let's see if Tapir, he'll continue to run in yellow here. So Cody may still be iced out unless he can find a path over there. I flipped my head completely around, wondering if that was an upside down Uno power play. Oh,
so that's interesting.
Tapir makes the swap over into the blue here now. Cody's still the one possession up, but he just broke Cody free. Question is, though, what did Cody draw back? Is it going to be maybe that one annoying card in another color that's going to be so difficult to get to?
See what will be from Tapir now.
Again, Tapir, no power play, so he needs the connecting cards here to be able to get a run for the finish. Cody still does have the power play available.
I mean, what do you do here if you're Tapir? I mean, you've done everything right. There's no doubt. You wonder if you're Llamas. I mean, do you have something going? I wonder what's going to be the play, because he's thinking Tapir's really been just. I think these last 3 games reeling. I think that's the right word. So the whiplash is definitely here. There's no doubt.
If you're Tapir, you're hoping for 2 things. 1, no wild +4. 2, no wild on the other side. Because if Cody on that drawback ended up getting that 1 card in a separate color than blue, it looks like blue is the. There you go. I was going to say, if he has that 1 card in a separate color other than blue, because it looked like blue was going to be his finishing color to end this thing out, he does not. Talk about Tapir does not need to have that wild or that wild +4 as the connecting link off the power play. Let's see what the case is going to be here for Cody. I think he's going to continue to run in blue to try and close this out, but is there that 1 color, that 1 card in a separate color that he has to get through, and is there maybe a +4 to help link that? Let's see. I'm expecting an action card in blue. Oh, it was green. Whoa.
Yeah, great call, because you know why, Seth? Here's why. Because if you go blue 6, we saw it earlier. Remember, what was that thing that Tapir had earlier in the game in game 2? That blue wild? Guess what? He would have had the game, right?
Exactly.
Llamas had said, you know what? I can't take. What if he's got the blue finish? Let's go Tapir. Tapir, did you need the blue to get it going again, like game 2?
I did, yeah.
Wow.
I did, yeah. I was right there.
Would a power play
So
would have
close.
done it? Yep. Would power play would have done
Yeah.
it? Wow.
Yep.
Micro margins, Seth. Llamas, I mean, what a win, man. That was just the 2nd straight game you weaseled, I think, out of the blue. Thoughts on getting the end? Did you get a top deck +4, or was it a case of just saving and hoarding some cards towards the end?
It was, yeah, I got the +4, I believe, after I drew on his skip 3 combo. But before that, it was just the standard 2 6s in between green and blue, and then the green reverse and the blue 8. So yeah, it made me gave me a little more freedom. But hey, like I said, every other quote, basically, just got to keep fighting, man. We're fighting hard, and now we got the cards to actually play.
Another game 9 for Cody Llamas, Seth. I mean, we're going to have to keep it quick, but man, what a game. I mean, what can you say? Both guys have absolutely fought to the brink. Cody was nowhere, and then 2 masterful power plays. We're even now. Even Steve, no power. It's a straight game. Somehow he fought back. Incredible. This is insane.
You said the word fight. That just encapsulates the entirety of this series, and it only seems right, not only going into this game 9, but the fact that these power plays have had to be utilized during the course of these first 8 games, and now we're going, as you said, we're even Steven. It's now just going to come down to who's going to be able to put that final knockout punch. Final homestand here in this final game 9. Going to go to Tapir. Tapir, how are we closing this one out?
Real quick, Seth, congratulations to the Llamas on 100 wins. We won't celebrate.
Absolutely.
We got to go. Yeah, real quick. Just no celebration. We'll do it at the end, but congratulations to him on that. Let's keep it moving. He's got to go.
Absolutely, yep. Well, it's a best of 1, 0 power play. This is a classic game. Give me 7. OG.
7 games. Here we go. So we're going with 7. Going down 2.
This is going to be
I think it's a good move.
Our 3rd game in the single digits here.
I think that's an interesting move, but I think it's a good move because we've just been there blue +2. It's been an explosion. It's been explosion city. There's no doubt.
Now comes the big test. If you've got a +2, do you play off of this? A game earlier on this month that I did with Charles Sanford, he says, no way I'm playing off of this. But Tapir says, I'm not Charles Sanford. He'll stack the +2s here. And look at that. Right out of the gate, Cody set back to 17. Charles Sanford, who?
Oh man, he
Charles
probably
would
ain't
be-
gonna like that one.
Charles would be slamming his head against a wall with that play right there, I tell you what. But wow, that is... Oh, man, you talk about a momentum snuffer right there by Tapir.
It is, but at the same time, Seth, he just burned up everything.
Yep.
That's the thing with this. You're making the risk on a burn up play. It's an intriguing play. I'm not sure if that's a bad move though, because there is no power play. That's the only difference. If there was power play, there's no way you make no shot. But with
But what's the
power play,
whiplash effect, though, is the question,
Yeah.
too. If you maybe hold on to one of those +2s and just stack one of them on there, I mean, not to say that maybe that red +2 might be his only red, so he was flushing that out immediately to get it over into a color he can run with, but you know, if you just hit him just with a +6 and still hold on to that +2 for a little bit later on, you know, in retrospect, was that something that we're going to have to maybe revisit here towards the end of this one? Cody with, well, was going to go for a double play, but didn't get the P in there for the green skip. So now Tapir knows at least that card is there, and he'll immediately take it off of blue to take away that.
see what it'll be. We'll play it cool.
Tapir down to 2. What did Cody get on return? He's trying to look maybe for a color to be able to use maybe some ammo if he got any there on that +12. He'll find some right
It's with the
there.
cluster. There
Yep.
it is. Yep. There's the answer.
Maybe didn't want to have to use that +4 at this point in time, but absolutely necessary there. Down at 2 cards for Tapir. Draws him at least back. And
Go back
Tapir
to
will find
blue.
his way back to blue here.
Let's see. Let's see if Llamas has anything in the blue. I would think. Yeah, I was gonna
Yep.
say he's good at fading. So there we go. Okay.
The +4 obviously negates this, but I wonder if you're Cody, if you try and find a way to get it back to red. Because I'm almost wondering, and there it is, because I'm almost wondering if that +2 that was part of that chain there, yep. If that was an indication that Tapir was out of red, and there's the case right there.
It's the +2, so we're done with the +2s in red. That's it, Seth. We're out.
And now Cody has drawn it back up close again here. He'll now have it even and might be able to take the advantage here in red. So just like that, negates that +12. We're back even Steven here between these two, and Cody's actually got a little bit of the momentum. There's the swap over into green from Tapir. Now Cody, if I'm not mistaken, he off the wild +4 brought it over to green, so I think he can still run in this color. Again, no power play for these guys, so they are going to have to put every aspect of their experience in playing Uno to the test here in this one. Cody will have green still, plays the LaPlante, green 5.
See what it'll be from Tapir. Yeah, it's going to be definitely an experience game. Into blue.
Ooh, brings it back to blue. Cody made the swap off of blue into red. Is Cody iced, or does he have an answer? Cody's had some really good poker hands here as well. He'll find the path back to red with the 5.
Flips 5? Are you kidding me?
Wow.
That's insane, Seth. That right there is... Both guys are just putting it to the limit, and they're going to draw.
Yep. Can Cody run in red? Or is he iced out as well? Do we go into another draw city? Draw City's been visited quite a bit here in the home stretch of this, and yeah, there you go. Iced out on both sides. Saw a lot of that ammo utilized in the early portion of this game. We were looking for the number efficiency to get us to the end on both ends of the table, and now having to draw back, try and find some of those connector cards again.
Yeah, they're definitely keeping it clean. I'm trying to watch the time too. I know we're going to do a time thing. We're trying to do our best here, but I'm not sure, Seth, where this is going to go. Well, that's an interesting play because we saw the A early.
with background.
Yeah,
Let's see.
it was the 8 earlier. I was the 8 earlier too. Ironically, the blue-green situation.
Nothing for Tapir. Can Cody use this for a light switch out of red? Or are we continuing to draw back here? Again, if you're tuning in for the Vapor versus Clay matchup, that will be getting underway shortly, but it is in a delay here as this has been a slugfest, to say the least. We have gone the full 9 rounds here with Tapir versus Llamas. Winner of this matchup will move on into the round of 8, the explosive 8, face off against the winner that'll be established tomorrow night on the other side of the bracket. Sean Art taking on Nam. That matchup 7:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow evening.
See, I think Llamas is thinking this one through.
Yeah. What kind of
I'm not sure
consideration is going on here? Are we okay, so we're going with the light switch. I was wondering, are we thinking about maybe just continuing to draw, and we have some red that we could still play, but obviously initiates the light switch here, so not even the answer to either of those two questions. Goes with option C, I guess.
See what Llamas will have here. Play cool.
Cody down to 4, Tapir at 9. And just because the two of them were iced out there in the red and went into that draw city doesn't mean that maybe they weren't holding on to some ammunition here. There you see, Tapir with a trips play with the reverses, and now, just like that, closes up the gap between him and Cody. Oh man, that move over to green ices Cody out. So now the momentum shifts over to Tapir.
See what will be from Clown. He's going to draw back. I mean, it's going to be yellow now. Oh, this is a wraparound.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wraparound, 100%. Double play. Okay.
We're knotted at 4. Tapir has the possession right now. He'll get down to 3.
What do you do here for Tapir? You've been on the back foot the whole game. Did a double +2 stop.
Yeah, I think if you were Tapir, you were not expecting that it was going to be a 4-4 coming down here to the end. I think he thought that he was going to be able to just keep his foot on the gas there, keep Cody back away. But we talk about that whiplash, we talk about the return, and Cody was able to whittle his hand down, both right here, potentially in the red zone. I feel like we've been talking about it. I feel like there's the search for that one connecting card here now. You don't have the power play to be able to link them together. You're going to have to rely on maybe just that one ammunition card to be able to link together whatever you've got here at the end. Or are you just relying maybe on some lucky number efficiency? Get that one number you need for the color swap here to close it out, as Cody will play into the yellow.
See what difference appear. He'll ditto, so they both had the same idea.
Cody's iced. Can Tapir get to check, or does he have a finish? To take this series, to move on. Says now or never. Is this a wild?
It's probably going to be a wild.
Yes, it is.
Oh, boy. Llamas have anything now? I don't know.
Did he draw back a wild? Did he have a wild in reserve? Does this flush a +4? He's going to have to play into it. That's going to do it.
Yeah, what a win for Tapir at the end. He saved this. Llamas fought as hard as he could. I mean, I'm not even sure where to begin with this one, Seth, because it was the double +2s off the start, and then Llamas just, I guess, got all the ammo there, and he tried to work it around. I don't know where to begin with this one. Hard to read.
Who would have thought just a regular wild, after everything we saw here in these 9 games, was going to really be the difference maker? Maybe one of the more underrated ammunition cards here in the Uno deck, but it ends up paying the dividends there to establish over to blue and Cody just no ammunition to be able to fight back. I mean, I guess the only question I would have for Cody was there any potential opportunity there? Was there just the one card that you needed to be able either to bring it over from blue into another color, or was it basically having to just rely on number efficiency there at the end?
It's hard to say. I pretty much knew he had something on blue, and early on I had the decision to either go to a blue 8 or the yellow 8. That's what was a major decision on what I was doing, but I don't know, I felt kind of handcuffed this whole game, I would say, because even if I went to blue, I'm pretty sure he had the hand back then to finish on blue anyways. So basically, just would seem to me going to yellow kind of drawed out the inevitable. Uh, yeah, hard to really say. I was kind of handcuffed. That game really didn't have much besides that 2 right there was the major play that my decision is when we were in the red 8s. Yeah, no, good game. We fought. Yeah, we fought as much as we could, and it never works out like usual. But hey, we'll see.
Yeah, Tapir gotta go. No problem, Tapir. Have a good one, buddy. But a good win. Sam, we got a problem. We're way past the deadline here, but yeah, real quick,
If I
buddy.
can
You got
just say
something?
one thing.
Yeah.
I just got a dash like 5 minutes ago, but great game, Llamas. I mean, I think deep down I kind of expected this is what was going to happen even after that 4-1 lead. Like, you're going to take it the entire way, and that just shows your resiliency. And you just like so many players in this league, you're one to not give up, and you're just going to take it the entire distance. So, great game. Looking forward to seeing you next year and all that good stuff. So, thank you guys so much. I do have to get going, but we'll see you next time. Take care.
No problem. Well, Seth, hard to really say where Llamas could have did much that last game. It was a weird series. It was all Tapir early, then the Llamas had the 2 ridiculous power plays to fight back, and then it went to just a slugfest after that. I think that's the best way to sum it up. But I'll let you finish it out. We are definitely
Yeah,
no
we'll wrap this one up here. But yeah, to your point, I mean, we fully expected. We always talk about that. You can kind of sense that something's going to go right to the end there, and as Tapir said, he kind of got the feeling there with a 3-1 advantage, a 4-1 advantage, that it wasn't done and dusted. It was still going to be an opportunity for Cody to be able to battle back, which we saw him be able to do with the 3-game run to draw this into a game 9. Uh, 2 things that I noticed here in this game was, we talk about the connecting cards. If you had that, you were able to run momentum. It seemed like if any one of these 2 guys ended up having those ammo cards that they were able to utilize, you could even see in their sense of play the confidence in the rapid style of play. They knew exactly what they were going to be able to do, both of them with a plan A victory, Tapir with 6 and Cody with 15. You also, I think, saw some really good utilization of the 2 power plays here. We always talk about with just the 1 power play, when is the right time to use it? Well, you got even more responsibility when you've got 2 of them, because you don't necessarily want to burn that first one too early, and you don't want to burn that second one too late. And I think the timing of using the power play on both sides was perfect, because they were able to use them both offensively and defensively. It seemed it was a twofold utilization of each one of the power plays. So we just talk about the experience here in D1. We saw it on full display here. It seemed only fitting that we went into that game 9 with no power plays available, just straight up who was going to have the best hand, who was going to have the best possession of color, possession of number efficiency, and all that. And at the end of the day, Tapir ends up moving on. He is the last remaining of the I don't know why I keep saying drivers, the players that came into this region, this zombie region, in the top 4 in seeding. We already saw the 1 through 3 seed, or the 1 and 2 and 4 seeds already eliminated. So Tapir looking to stand tall here as the highest seeded remaining player. He'll move on to the explosive 8. We're yet to see who it is that he's going to go up against as we take one final look at that bracket. Tapir moves on. Sean Arndt, Nam will be his next opponent here, and they face off tomorrow at 7:30. And we were in quite an extensive delay here, but we will be getting underway very shortly here with the upcoming matchup in the bunker region of Vapor versus Clay. We got Myth versus Gone at 3 in the tunnel region, and then late night tonight at 10 o'clock, tunnel region closes out with Andy versus Christian Tago. Congratulations to Tapir. He moves on here in the next round of Apocalyptic August, out of the Swarm 16 into the Explosive 8. Thanks to Caesar for being our referee. KT joining me here on commentary. I'm Seth Cole. Thanks for joining us here on the morning into afternoon hours as we continue on our round of Swarm 16 here in the 2025 MRE Uno tournament in Apocalyptic August. Vapor versus Clay Wolf coming up right after this.
This has been a presentation of MRE Uno Division 1.